Hi friends, this is Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai here, and thanks a lot for joining us on this Facebook Live on this particular program called Ask Chanakya. Yes friends, we are going to have one more session on Ask Chanakya. This is your session because you are asking questions and I am trying to give some answers based on Chanakya's teachings. So yes, thank you so much because this is like our continuously going on sessions and I'm glad that the participation has been very high. So let's begin with the questions. We have received a lot of questions and let's see how much we can cover up today. So I'm going to be talking about Chanakya's replies, or I would say interpreting Chanakya's reply to these questions that you asked. The first question, Sumit is asking, how Anvikshiki works on day-to-day life. How can I learn it? Should it be my first priority of learning? What level of benefits are there after learning Anvikshiki? You know what Chanakya says? If you know how to think, you will be successful everywhere. Pradeepah sarva vidyanam ashraya sarva karmanam. This is the mata of Chanakya about Anvikshiki. Yes. So how does Anvikshiki work in day-to-day life? We have always heard, our teachers, parents saying that think properly. Before you do anything, think. Anvikshiki is a science of thinking. How to think correctly. Think before you do. Plan before you act. In the same way, Anvikshiki can be used not only for running a kingdom by a leader, it can be used by us to actually do every single activity. Anvikshiki is also decision making. On a day-to-day life, we are always worried in taking decisions. We are always confused, and Anvikshiki helps us to take the decisions which is correct, logical, ethical, and most important, which gives us a result. That's why Chanakya calls it as Prathama Vidya. Okay, it is the first priority. Sumit, as you rightly pointed out, without Anvikshiki, you will never be able to be successful. So if you want to be successful, learn Chanakya's knowledge, that is Anvikshiki. I've written a book also called Inside Chanakya's Mind, Anvikshiki and the Art of Thinking. And there are many videos of that. You can go on search and on the internet. And of course, we do a lot of training programs, online programs on Anvikshiki also. So whatever it is, learn Anvikshiki, apply Anvikshiki, and that will lead you to success. The next question is from Abhyuday. People say that I have the capability to achieve great heights, and I also believe a bit. Why a bit? You should believe in yourself. Everybody is capable. Everybody is a born leader. So don't even have a doubt. If people believe in you, what is important is self-belief. But most of the time, I don't get succeeded whether it's in sports or academics. Along the way, it so happens, along the way of preparation, I'm determined. I'm determined. Of course, I sometimes get distracted. But on the D-Day, I faced with lot of self-doubt and wasn't able to give my best. Due to that, I perform poor. My question is that how can I practically conquer a bit self-doubt and unleash my full potential? Let me tell you a story. Okay, there were a group of frogs who were climbing a wall. Frog climbing a wall? They were climbing. There was a very small frog, bacha frog, and he was actually in this competition of climbing the wall. And everybody told that little frog, that listen, you should not participate because all the others are marathoners. They have always climbed the wall and you have no chance of winning. And during the D-Day of the competition, all the frogs are assembled, the senior frogs, the seasoned frogs, the experienced frogs, and this little bacha frog was also participating. And everybody in the crowd was saying, woo, 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 you are going to compete with these people? And the race began of climbing the wall. So all these big guys started climbing. But remember the challenge, it's very slippery. So you climb, you fall down. You climb, you fall down. And now all these people started climbing and suddenly started falling. But again you have to get up and climb. They started climbing. This little bacha frog, the small little frog, started climbing and started coming down. Started climbing. Others were trying, but slowly, these people started climbing. This little frog was struggling, but still climbing. All of them were shouting, not possible, you little frog, give it up. But slowly, the little frog climbed and it came out first. Wow, so everybody started clapping. Wonder of wonders. Little frog has actually become the first in the race, and everybody started chatting and clapping. Wow, how come? So when finally the prize was given, they asked the little frog, tell me, what is the secret of your success? Little frog just removed earplugs and saying that, you know what? When I entered this particular game, the first thing I knew, people will discourage me. You know what I did? After all the practice, I just put earplugs in my ears so that I don't listen to what the people are saying. Remember, if you are going to listen to others, then you will never succeed. But the little frog with no experience had confidence but did not have self-doubt. Remember, self-doubt is one thing, but the doubt created by others is also another thing. So the little frog, like you, okay? So Abhyuday, you say you have the confidence and others say, but remember, when you play the game, put the earplug. This is what Chanakya says. Don't be overconfident. Don't lose confidence. Have the right confidence. So overconfidence is going without preparation. No confidence is self-doubt. But right confidence comes from practice, preparation, and then perfection. So play the game and be like the little frog. Play the game and be a winner. Thank you. The next one is coming from Snehan Shangshu. Shangshu says, what would be one thing that you think Chanakya would advise the youth of this generation, the current time? If Chanakya were to guide the youth of this generation, he would always say, don't think about competition, think about collaboration. Yes, this youth, all of you have potential, but remember, don't be a winner all alone. Be a winner along with others. So it is very important that we collaborate. Unfortunately, we have been taught competition right from our education system, isn't it? Everything is about competition, you have to be better than them. But remember, youth, just break off that whole thing. Today is a generation of collaboration. You know what Chanakya said? Never fight a battle alone, take some friends along. Samadhana, Danda, Bheda, these are all strategies people know. But one of the very important Saptanga of Chanakya, the 7 pillars, the Saptanga of Chanakya talks about Mitra. If a king wants to be successful, he needs to have a lot of friends. He will never succeed alone. Swami Amatya Janapada Durga Kosha Danda Mitra Iti Prakriteya. Okay, this is the Saptanga of Chanakya. And I have also written a book. It's called the Chanakya 7 Secrets of Leadership. This one. Okay, so read this book. But if you want to know what is the Saptanga, we are also having a course starting after 2 days. We will give you the details later on. But among all the Saptanga of a kingdom, how to be a leader, the most important is Mitra. So what is that one advice? Be friendly with everybody, but have friends along with you when you face the battle called life. If you have to be emerging a winner, think collaboration. Together we do it, not one-man army. Together we do it. So remember Mitra of the Saptanga and you will surely succeed. And this is the advice for the youth as far as Chanakya is concerned. Because he also had young students, Chandragupta Maurya and others. And he said, be a good team player, not a lonely player. So together we grow. That is teamwork. Mitra Sambandha of the Saptanga. The next comes is Rajesh. He says how to self-introspect. Very interesting. Self-introspection is part of meditation. So every day, this is something that you should do every day for half an hour. Okay, Adha Ghanta, half an hour every day. Do you brush your teeth? Of course we do. Do you take a bath? Of course we take a bath. Why? Why? Because you have to deal with the others. If you don't brush your teeth, there will be no problem for you, but there will be a problem for others. In the same way, if you don't cleanse your mind from within, okay, you will deal with the others wrongly. Remember, we don't deal with the people just with the body and the face and the mouth. We deal with the mind. So what is important? Half an hour every day, you should cleanse your mind. And this self-introspection process is meditation, which we call as dhyana. So I would suggest that every day, 20 minutes, sit for meditation quietly. If you're a beginner in meditation, don't worry, so there's so much thoughts coming and all those things. Sit 20 minutes quietly, and for 10 minutes, read an inspirational book. Okay? Inspirational quotes, all of you read in WhatsApp and everything like this. But no, take up a book. It could be a scripture. It could be Arthashastra of Chanakya. It could be one good book which inspires you. So 20 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of reading, half an hour, you're prepared to face the battle of the day. Okay, so this is called self-introspection. What happens when you meditate? You introspect your thoughts. But how do you know whether they're right or wrong? It is from the books that you read. So books are actually the principles of success. Half an hour every day, self-introspection through 20 minutes of meditation and 10 minutes of reading. You will become a great thinker. You will understand what is Anvikshiki. Thank you. Okay, we got Ankur here. How can I develop leadership skills and influence people around me? Leaders actually influence people around them. So if you're influencing, you're a leader. So how can I develop leadership skills? 3-step formula. The first step, leaders are readers. Okay, so if you want to be a leader, be a reader. I also told you about this book, Chanakya 7 Secrets of Leadership. So read that book, and there are a lot of other books, so for in the corporate world, and of course corporate Chanakya is there. I would suggest you to read my book called Chanakya in You, which is the story of a lost youth who finds the purpose in his life. It's called Swadharma, and today there's a very famous book called as Ikigai, finding the purpose of your life. So if you find the purpose of your life, you'll actually be a leader. Leaders have a purpose, they have a mission, they have a passion, and they do it. So find your purpose. And how do you do it? First step, reading. Second, experimentation. Many people start something but they're not sure. But don't worry. If you have something that you can do very well, try it out. So first, read a lot. You get inspired by other leaders. Second is experiment. Third important way of becoming a leader, take guidance from a mentor. So never fight a battle alone, take your friends along. Remember the Mitra concept? But what is also important that every Raja also has a Raja Guru. So if you want to be a leader, understand there has to be a coach, a mentor, a guide. And if you're good, you can have many mentors and guides. So very important, if you want to develop leadership qualities, have leadership gurus along with you. Surely you will become a leader. Good. Now we have a question coming from Neha. My name is Neha and I'm a CA student. Over the course of my articleship at KPMG, I have written a book. Wow! Gearing Business. Congratulations, Neha. If you have written it, I'm so happy. It is the way to go forward. Congratulations. So, Gearing Business that revolves around how businesses can mitigate risk and by the use of internal controls. I'm writing to you because I was wondering whether you endorse books. I would be extremely honored. Okay, so I'll be extremely honored if you could spare some time to read my book and write a short note that I can print on the cover of my book. If you're interested, I will immediately ship a copy of my book to your collection. Looking forward to hear from you. So you're hearing from me directly, and the answer is YES. Yes. Reach out to my office, send a message, and please send the book. I'll be happy to endorse. For all the listeners, I've also written a book. It's called How to Write a Book and Make It a Bestseller. Yes, I'm on a mission mode, not only to write books, but help others write a book. We also do workshops on how to write a book and make it a bestseller. So please, I'll be happy, Neha, that if you want to send this book to me, and what a privilege for me. I'm going to be actually reading a book of a first-time author, but I'm going to be reading the book even before it is released. So I like first-time authors because you never know, you are the next star who's going to be a blockbuster author. Happy to be part of your journey. Send the book across, Neha. Thank you. Okay. So a person says, don't disclose my name. It's okay, but you still ask Chanakya. No problem. So what's the question over here? Being a team leader, calm in nature, how to deal with the subordinates who have good, who have good rapport with the big boss and tries to rule us and try to make us down in front of other subordinates and seniors strategically. Okay, so being a team leader who is very calm in nature, how to deal with the subordinates who have good rapport with the boss. So basically, you are saying there are 3 levels. You are the boss, you have the subordinates, and there is a super boss. That means you are a boss. Okay, so and tries to rule us and try to make us down in front of the other subordinates. So the big boss is trying to make us look bad in front of subordinates and seniors strategically. How to deal with it? This is what we call as office politics, isn't it? Corporate politics. Now, please understand this. So the problem is a person in power, isn't it? So the boss is in certain power. He or she has got this whole thing, and this is where the downfall of the boss also begins. Remember, it is said that appreciate in the public and criticize in private. Appreciate in public and criticize in private. So in the boss and the subordinate relationship, there is always certain things that may not be totally accepted by each other. That's okay. Differences of opinion are the strength of a team. But bosses try to show, I am right, you are wrong. No, that's not good leadership. Now, how to deal with such a boss? Two-step formula. Formula number 1, accept it with calm and quiet mind, but strategically, okay? So total acceptance. You said you are a calm person. I said, okay, apna time bhi aayega. Okay? Because such an arrogant boss over a period of a time will lose the position of leadership. So you have to be calm and quiet and patient. But remember one thing, be like a snake. You never get bitten by a snake unnecessarily. Okay? If you are troubling the snake, then it will not spare you. It's very, very important to know that you should be a quiet snake. But if the time comes, if he is crossing the limit, then you should know to hiss, if not bite. Okay? So if it is beyond control and if it is going out of control, that you can't bear it anymore, show the power. But that's the last option. I'll give one simple strategy. If your boss is troubling you, take the advice of somebody who is senior in the company other than your boss. Chanakya. Ask Chanakya, right? So what is very important? For example, your boss there. But there are many seniors around. Maybe in your own company or maybe outside. Just call up and say, sir, I have a problem. What do you suggest? Believe me, seniors will guide you. Because you can't deal with your boss directly, your super boss directly. But the reality is that some super boss outside your department or outside your company can guide you. This is called by Chanakya as Vriddha Sanyoga. What is the meaning of Vriddha Sanyoga? Being in touch with elders, experts. Experts will show you a way. So how to deal with your boss? How to deal with a super boss? Ask a boss who is outside the system. Be friendly and ask him, sir, bataiye what to do. He will be able to give you a practical tip to tackle your boss and super boss. Strategic thinking. Thank you. Okay, now we have Shivang Joshi. My goodness, in one particular question, Shivang has actually asked 16 questions. Thank you so much. I think we are very inspired by the number of questions. Can you believe 16 questions? But I won't be able to take it because there are so many questions. I'm not even sure whether you're able to complete all of them. But let me pick up one of the 16. I'm not going to read out all the 16 to pick up one. Let me just think of a number. 1, 2, 3. I'll just pick up whatever that number is because it's actually tabulated 16 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love the number 7. Saptanga. I love the word Saptanga. Okay. So what is the 7th question? Not a bad question. Shivang is saying that 7th question. Okay. How can we become a job giver instead of being a job seeker? I like this. And Shivang's background is just past 12th standard. Excellent. Be an entrepreneur. Instead of looking out for a job, think about creating jobs. You have the leadership quality in you. I can see the kind of a spirit you have. So how do you do that? 2-step formula again. Number 1, if you get a chance to work under a great boss, work. Not for money, not for salary, but learn how a great boss creates jobs. See, Flipkart, the founders of Flipkart who are job creators, they actually worked under Amazon. Not for getting salary, but to learn the systems of Amazon to apply it in India. So be an apprentice. So if you want to be a job creator, but first learn from the people who are job creators. Second, if you become an entrepreneur at whichever point of time, try your idea for 3 years. Commitment. Entrepreneurs have this problem. They keep experimenting, and many people shut down their businesses. 95% of the startups fail for this one reason. You know what is that one reason? This reason is that they are not committed for a long period of a time. Let me tell you, entrepreneurship is a very, very committed journey. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years and now I am able to see some light at the end of the tunnel. It's not going to be easy. I'm saying you don't worry about 20 years, but you're going to be a real true job creator. And remember, job creators are also wealth creators. Now, you have to give job, you have to give salary. Remember, you have to create wealth. For that, it's a commitment which is long term. But at least when you start your own entrepreneurship journey, commit for 3 years. There's a dialogue, I think Salman Khan or somebody saying that एक बार मैंने commitment ले लिया तो खुद का भी नहीं सुनता. So once you start a business journey, don't go back. Work, understand how jobs are created, but once you create jobs, an entrepreneurship is forever. Okay, all the best for your journey. Thank you for your 16 questions. Okay, next question is from Ashok Narayan. How can one develop self-discipline and avoid procrastination? I think discipline is one of the most important traits of a leader, and I suppose it should start from within. Absolutely correct, Ashok. In the world full of distractions, what it takes to be focused and disciplined and also address on this particular point. Ashok, I would suggest that you go back to my previous episodes of Ask Chanakya. Friends, for all those people who are new, this is a continuous series, okay? Ask Chanakya is a continuous series, and I have also answered this particular questions in my previous videos. How to avoid procrastination and develop self-discipline. I'm not going to elaborate this, but just to tell you, it always happens by practice. If you practice anything for a long period of a time, it becomes a habit. There's a formula of 21 days. So if you want to avoid procrastination and develop self-discipline, do it for 21 days. For example, you have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Every day get up for 21 days. Your body will not accept, your mind will resist. But 21 days if you do it, you will be able to achieve self-discipline. Yes, you are right, Chanakya spoke about it. And the technical term is called Indriya Jayaha. So the training of a leader is that you should be able to control yourself, control over the senses, control over the mind. So you are right. Procrastination is a habit that needs to be changed by self-discipline. 21 days formula, and you will become not procrastinator but proactive. From procrastination to proactivity, that is a leadership quality. Utsav, I like it. Sir, please give some guidance on business regarding teenagers. Should I start business or build skills, etc.? And then this question is followed by various questions. Often I understand, learn many things, but when they are needed, I can't remember them. When will be the new education system going to be replaced? My goodness. So let me focus on the new education system. I already answered about business to some extent, and you can go and watch my other previous videos also about how to be an entrepreneur. But what is important in the new education system? I like that. I've been part of that NEP, National Education Policy, a small role I played. When it's going to be applied, it's already been applied to some extent, but it's like a long journey. But the first step has been taken. Officially, it's announced. All the principals of schools, colleges have started working on it, and you will see one of the priorities of the NEP is digitalization. And today, whether it's a choice or no, okay, we are all getting digital because of the corona lockdown and things like that. So NEP has got a lot of things. It is beyond what we can think. It's a revolutionary education system. So it's the first step has been taken, but it's a long journey. Every college, school has to apply it, but there will be a lot of experiments done at the local level and the individual institution level. So watch out at your school or college or university, whichever you are, that changes will be happening through your principals and teachers. But the beginning has already been done. Thank you. We have a limitation of time, but let me take up 2 more questions. Oh my goodness, Pranav. My goodness, all of you have collated so many questions. Now it's like, fastest fingers. I already answered 9 questions, so I like the number 10. I'll answer 1 more question, okay? So, unfortunately, oh wow, I'm looking at which name. And the 21st question is by a person, I don't know if it's a male or a female, but the name sounds very interesting. The name is Lucky. So Lucky, you are lucky. I would have skipped your question if I had gone it chronologically, because after 9th I should have actually taken the 10th one, but sorry, between the 11th and the 20th, maybe you'll have to wait. Let us see whether still we have time to answer 1 more, but definitely I'm going to take up the luckiest question because you're really lucky. And by the way, 21 is my lucky number because I was born on the 21st of November. So lucky, I'm lucky to answer your question. So what is Lucky's question? how to find my passion, how to excel at what I do, how to cope up with addictions, how to get spiritual, how to start a business, and then how to find a higher purpose than money, love and such materialistic things. Lucky, you are having so many questions, but I'll tell you how to answer all these questions, how to find your passion. Again, you can go and search. There are videos of mine. In fact, college students had invited me for a session. It was how to find a ikigai. That's a book I'm currently reading. It's a Japanese theory. Okay, so I also read books. So don't think I only write books. Okay, so this is how to find your purpose in life. Please read this book. Highly recommended. In India, it's called finding your swadharma. What you're good at. How do you find it? 3-step formula. The first step of formula is that, write down in a piece of paper. It's called self-introspection. We had a good question on self-introspection, right? Sit down, think, and say what is the purpose of your life. When you listen to your mind, it will tell you. Okay, so write down. The second thing is somebody else can point out what you're good at. Okay, so listen to others, elders. Sometimes teacher can tell you, you're good at drawing, focus on drawing. You're good at this. Some people tell that. But is it just an advice or it's a serious thing that you have to think as a career? So one is ask yourself. Sometimes others can tell you. But the third is time will tell you how to find the passion in your life. Sometimes you will get pushed out of a train like Mahatma Gandhi. And then you will say, no, my purpose in life is to make sure this injustice is not tolerated. So life will give you an opportunity. I have been fortunate to find my ikigai, my swadharma, that is promoting Chanakya. Ask Chanakya. And I've been doing it for 20 years. And yes, I'm very soon entering the 21st year. Lucky number 21. Lucky. I'm also lucky. My year is 21. And by the way, let me also tell you very interestingly, this day, okay, is Narendra Modi ji's day when he became a leader formally. 20th year. Okay, next year it will be 21 years. He's been a formal leader. He became the Chief Minister of Gujarat 20 years ago. So let us all remember leaders continue in the leadership journey from CM to PM. By the way, today is also Indian Air Force Day. I hope all of you will tell a Jai Hind to all our fighter warriors, pilots and the whole Indian Air Force. Please put it up in your Instagram, wish everybody in the Indian Air Force, tweet it, Facebook it out. We have to create awareness. We should be proud of being an Indian. All the Jawans and the fighter pilots and all the people require a great cap from all of us. Okay, so don't forget that. So friends, that's from Ask Chanakya. But as I told you, let me take up one more question. I wanted to end with the lucky one, but let me see, can the luck be extended? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to chronologically. Let me just pick up whatever comes. Interestingly, this time I'm going to take a short question because everybody explains the question, but I got a person, Anish Mittal. Anish has got a simple, straight question. I like simple, straight question. 100 baat ki ek baat. He says, Sir, how to get the power to achieve your dreams? I love it. How to get the power to achieve your dreams? Commitment is the biggest power. Okay? So when you start something, don't stop. Don't stop. That's how you achieve your dreams. Einstein put it very nicely, saying that I'm not the most smartest guy, but I stood with a problem longer than others. I'm not the smartest guy, but I stood with the problem longer than others. So when you commit yourself, okay, remember one thing, the power you get is to achieve your dreams. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, okay, he wanted to be a fighter pilot, but he became the President of India, who is the Supreme Commander of the 3 armed forces. So all the Indian Air Force was reporting to him. Okay, so today we remember Abdul Kalam sir also, and he said something very nice about achieving your dreams. You know what did he say? Dreams is not that you see when you are asleep. Dreams is what doesn't allow you to sleep. Yes, my dear friends, if you have a dream, a passion, don't sleep. 24/7, only think about this one thing. Total focus. Kuch bhi ho jaye. Stop not till thy goal is reached. Swami Vivekananda, the youth icon, said, arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Friends, this is the answer to find the power within you. The andar se jab raja bante hai na, when you become a leader from within, you become a leader from outside. When you become successful from inside, you become successful from outside. We'll continue the Ask Chanakya series.